What's up guys, Nick here from Fargon. Usually I'm behind the camera, but we're doing something different today. We're doing a gear review slash rifle build breakdown. I'm here with Joe from Pristine. This is his rifle build. And on top of it, we got the VORTEX IMPACT 4000. We've been using this, we've had it out in the field for a few months now. We also had a chance to do some shooting for the VORTEX launch campaign for the product. Joe's had it in the shop and he's been tinkering with it. So we're gonna talk about its features and if it's right for you and your hunting applications. If you've been following us for a little bit already and haven't subscribed, we'd really appreciate it if you consider doing that. We're trying to push out a lot of content on YouTube right now, so there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming. So stay tuned for that and we'll get into the gun build here. So Joe, I'm gonna throw it over to you. I'm gonna let you take over, tell us more about this, and I'm gonna hop over behind camera.
Sweet. Well, thanks so much guys for having me on. I'm Joe, Business Development Manager at Pristine Technologies. We design and manufacture custom actions. I was honored to put this rifle together with the guys from Fargon and VORTEX. This is actually my personal hunting rifle, which I'm really excited about. I'm just gonna break everything down and we're gonna end with the IMPACT 4000 and exactly how awesome this product is. Starting with the action. Obviously a Pristine short action, so this is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. So Pristine Technologies, or Pristine Actions, was born in Chilliwack, British Columbia. We're an action manufacturer. We design actions, custom actions. So primarily we initially started focusing and still focus on sort of the modular side of things. So the Pristine short action comes with it's all Remington 700 footprint, comes with a Remington 700 trigger pin. But what's interesting about our action, instead of like a normal 2-lug, like a Remington 700, we went with Weatherby style 6-lug, floating bolt head, interchangeable bolt head. So if you wanted to change your calibers, you can do that. Particularly with the other piece of technology we went with, which is a Savage pre-fit small shank barrel thread. 26-inch carbon fiber barrel from Helix 6. These guys are awesome. Great barrel. MDT muzzle brake, and then MDT HNT 26 carbon fiber chassis. Now for the trigger, we went with a TriggerTech diamond 1-stage trigger. We have it set to about 1 pound 4 ounces right now, which is, I mean, it's probably debatable how light you want for a hunting scenario. But we found it, well, I find it particularly satisfying. And then obviously, VORTEX reached out to us. They were looking at sort of the different avenues of this product. I think they've hit something really interesting with this product. They're both appealing to sort of the competitive shooting world and the hunting world. So they said, we'd prefer if you guys use a Razor LHT scope or their Gen 3 scope. So for this build, I was gonna focus it more on the hunting side of things. So this is the VORTEX Razor scope. After about 6 months with it, I've just been so pleased with the clarity of glass and just its capabilities. For how light it is, I don't know if there's anything that matches it on the market. And then finally, why we're here, this thing, which is like seemingly blown up the internet, the VORTEX IMPACT 4000. I'm new to the industry. I'm a kind of a wannabe shooter, grew up hunting. So as I'm learning to shoot distances, one of the main things is, well, how do you dope for it, right? So you can use apps like Apply Ballistics or, I mean, there's so many apps out there for it. This thing is all internal. So you don't need to carry around your phone, which is kind of nice. You don't need to have internet, you don't need to actually input anything. After you've done the calibration with the build, with the scope and with this, after you've zeroed everything in, this thing is just set, it stays on the rifle, it's good to go. It's actually really simple. You basically get your target in your reticle, point down range. Typically you can hit the button at the top, or you can mount this little remote somewhere on the side if it's got M-LOK mounting capabilities. I've seen guys mount it over here, up here, just depending where your hand naturally fits on the rifle. So if you're in a scenario where you're actually looking down the reticle, you have a target in sight, you can actually just press this button and you're gonna get a live dope feed right on the back of this product. So that is a game changer. So you don't have to be like looking at your phone, pulling out your charts, whatever. A lot of guys do that. A lot of guys intuitively think they know that's 400 yards, that's 500 yards. This thing kind of mitigates all the guesswork. So the idea is that it's actually going to have all the information you need, including windage, which I believe it's using satellite information to actually tell you what the windage is for the day, which is pretty revolutionary. Again, for this price point and this product, it turns out this is groundbreaking. It's absolutely like exceptional in the industry just to have something like this. Once this thing is all honed in, it just makes your life so much easier. So I've known people who have actually taken this thing out to just under 4,000 yards, which it's called the Impact 4000. So it's supposed to be able to actually range 4,000 yards and give you that appropriate dope reading. It has worked successfully in that. I personally found its comfort spot around 800, 900 yards. I was skeptical at first, but now I actually really want it. I think it's something I would probably buy. I'm not entirely sure yet if I personally would have it on my hunting build, but if I'm in an NRL style competition match, a lot of those matches, the stage goes something like this. You have 4 minutes and you're looking at multiple targets downrange. You actually have to find those targets. So it's a blind stage. You don't know exactly where those targets are. You have to find them, you have to range them, and then you have to dope them. So you have to actually know exactly where you're gonna shoot, and then you have to engage. This thing, all you'd have to do is obviously you still have to find the targets, point, hit a button, and engage. So it's gonna be a game changer in the NRL scene. I already know that. The obvious question in a hunting scenario is how to be confident in your shot and how to make an ethical long-range shot. Obviously, you have so many environmentals at play in a scenario like that, so anything you can do to mitigate and actually remove those variables, I think this is like a premium tool to actually get you on target, give you the confidence you need. If your whole kit is just already ready, I could see that as a major benefit versus having a rangefinder as well. Now, if your rangefinder is integrated into your binos, maybe there's an argument to not need this. However, I still think having your apparatus, your tool to harvest that animal, just right there is actually pretty appealing in a hunting scenario. So I think Vortex is onto something to appeal to both markets. I could see it as actually being in the mountains, seeing a long range shot and trying everything to my power to actually be confident in that shot, including having a tool like this would be really helpful. You know, obviously the negative side is even talking about some of the products of this, even our Action comes in at just over 2 pounds. That isn't necessarily that appealing to sort of the guys who are spending money on a like super lightweight build. But again, total weight, I think with this product on, it's just under 10 pounds. I mean, yeah, our grandpa's probably hiked up with a 20-pound rifle. This is still quite light. I wouldn't put it in the ultra lightweight category. And coming in at a fraction of the cost of those other rangefinders that sit on top and with give you live dope feedback, this is phenomenal. So well done, Vortex.
Thanks guys for watching this. Thanks Joe for bringing your rifle and yeah, breaking this all down for us. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot more hunting videos coming out from this season. We've been hard at work, couple bull elk harvests, fun stuff like that. And let us know if you like this style of video, if you want to see more gear reviews from us, full kit breakdowns, whatever. Drop a comment. Thanks guys.